Hey everybody, so it's Attack on Titan 3, and I'm just so happy for this episode. 3 episodes in, normally that's why I give like a 3 episode rule on series, and just each episode has been fantastic. This one was mainly a more slower episode. It didn't have anything to do with the Titans, but it was them, Eren and Mikasa and Armin. They've gone into like this to become soldiers, and this just old man was just fucking being so hard at him. He was looking at him saying, "What do you do?" like that, and he's calling them like shitheads and retards. And when he passes around like Ellen and Mikasa's like place, they saw like all these guys have already seen the terrors of Titans, so he doesn't even bother. He knows these people are emotionally prepared for this. But there are some people. There was like one guy who was like, "Oh, I just want to live in the borders," and he just freaking grabs the guy and nuts him. And also as well, there's one bitch as well. She's freaking eating a potato in there. I think her name was Sasha, and she's like giving her the heart, and I don't know why, but she was just really weird. And she's like, this guy made her walk for like 5 hours. She still did it, but I don't know. She seems like a very interesting character to me, but. Eren's like told them about apparently these kind of titans were known as Eotans. I don't know what sort of titan he's talking about. If he's talking about the white beard looking guy, or if he was talking about the regular titans. But like Eren, he was like while he was in this like talking to these guys saying they're just a bunch of pussies. The titans are just a bunch of pussies. And he's saying if we master like the multi-axe, which is probably the weapons, he was like, those things don't stand a chance. And there was like one guy who tried to give him some lip, and even as well, like in the episode, like freaking Mikasa, she was like using the training, and she just got it perfectly, like in one. However, Eren was like having struggles, and he's like asking guys to help while Eren, and then they're not really going to comply because he's like being a bit of a dick to them and saying people who don't have talent or like courage are just a bunch of pussies. But later on in the episode, and it was like really made me freaking happy and pumped up because it was like a soundtrack going on, and it turned out Eren's doing this, but he's like, we didn't find out but later that he's actually got his equipment was faulty. He's actually standing up with faulty equipment, and he does it just so easily when he switches the equipment. It was like let him down and just say it was like I am like the song. He was like I am having a nightmare. It was like, oh, that song was just great. It was like. It really suited it, and it was just like the epic like last minute was then them using the actual gear flying around, and it was like, yeah, I really loved this episode. Like, yeah, it was still slow, but I would still give it like a 9 or even an 8.5 like out of 10. Like if anything like stopped out him 8.5, but I think it does deserve. It was a very fantastic episode of like where it didn't feel like I was bored at any second, and it's like you just get such a great reward at the end with like just seeing Eren now like fully prepared now that he's just gonna take on. But just great episode. Like Mikasa looking fine for that entire episode. I don't know if they're gonna fight you go fight these Titans next. Maybe they're just going to have some practice. But I'm looking forward to it. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this episode. But I need to pick up some manga because the 24 episode, they're pacing it good. Just, gonna be Attack on Titan title in a minute. But thank you very much for watching. And as always, remember, strut left, hand up, sign out, and I'll see you next time, people.